Wisteria, energy, twister.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Encyclopedia of Faeries. So we're now on elves, which is the English word, obviously elf. It's been convoluted in history. It can be traced back etymologically to Old English and Anglo-Saxon alf and the elfe. And they are not only the predecessors of the later elves, but also cognate to them. Further back, the word is likely from Proto-Germanic albis, and before that, Proto-Indo-European albaho, which may have meant white. In its older forms, it was glossed with a variety of otherworldly and supernatural beings, including fairies, sprites, goblins, and incubi, showing the range of associations that elves had within the Anglo-Saxon and Germanic cultures. By the 16th century, elf was used to both describe malicious creature, often used interchangeably with the incubus and the goblin, as well as more generically to describe any other worldly being. The fluidity of usage of the word is an indication of the wide range of applications it was given. So it's basically used to gloss over many other terms. Obviously, in folklore regarding the Norse, there is the light elves, the dark elves, etc. They live in different domains and they're in different groups. Well, it's kind of the same, but we're looking at it like as an incubus type being as well, because it was also said that it came and seduced women. And there's also the fact that in other Germanic sources, elves were actually ugly, and they were said to have long or crooked noses. The Scottish view of elves was strongly influenced by Norse, and there is a use of the word elf as a generic otherworldly being, such as fairy. It's used everywhere and all over, right? It's not just one being, it's many beings. It's carried through terms related to beings as well. So the world of fairy becomes Elfin, or Elfland, which is elf home or Elfland, obviously. This Norse influence in Scotland may have affected both the terminology as well as the imaginary around the Scottish elves, who strongly resemble the Norse Alfar. Elves in folklore are described as difficult to see or invisible beings who can wield elfshot, cause great harms to humans and livestock. They are regularly compared or glossed with incubi because of their habit of seducing mortal women, and it was believed, as with the Norse Alfar, that children could be produced by these unions. The next is the Erlkönig. In 1782, Johann Wolfgang wrote the poem Der Erlkönig, based on the folk song. Actually, it was a folk song, but I can't sing that folk song, nor do I know it, because it's German, I think, or Danish, I'm not sure. Yeah, based on a Danish folk story. Elf's good. In the original story, a man meets with several elf maids while out riding, and one of them invites him to join them. He refuses, either magically sickened or physically attacked, and makes it back home just before dying. In the other version, a father is riding at night with his son, and the son is attacked by El Konig, who wants to take the son back with him. The poem was later adapted into English by Sir Walter Scott in the 18th century, who made the boy younger and made the Earl King's intent more clear to take him to be a kind of adopted child, whereas the intent of the Elf King, is more ambivalent. The name El Konig literally means Owl the King, perhaps linking this being to a type of tree, although it's possible that El is a mistranslation of the Danish Elle, or elf. In the original Danish version, it is given as El Konig, or Elf King, with the elf maid who tries to seduce the man specified as the Elf King's daughter. So this is how it goes. Translated, anyway, apparently, to English so that I can actually read it. Who rides so late through night and wind? It is a father with his child. He has the boy well in his arm. He holds him safely he keeps him warm. My son, why do you hide your face in fear? Father, see you not the elf king? The elf king with crown and cape. My son, it's a streak of fog. You, dear child, come, go with me. Very beautiful games I play with you. Many colourful flowers are on the beach. My mother has many a golden robe. My father, and hear you not what the elf king quietly promises me? Be calm, stay calm, my child. Through rough dry leaves sighs the wind. Do you, fine boy, want to go with me? My daughters shall wait on you finely. My daughters lead the nightly dance, and rock and dance and sing to bring you in. My father, and see you not there, the elf king's daughters in the gloomy place? My son, I see it clearly. There shimmer the old willows so grey. I love you, your beauty tempts me, and if you're not willing, then I will use force. My father, now he's touching me. The elf king has done me harm. It horrifies the father, he swiftly rides on. He holds his arms with a moaning child, reaches the farm of trouble and hardship, and in his arms the child was dead. Sir Walter Scott's version. The Earl King, oh, who rides by night through woodlands so wild, it is a fond father embracing his child, and close the boy nestles within his loved arm, to hold himself fast and to keep himself warm. O father, see yonder, he says, my boy, upon what dost thou fearfully gaze? Oh, 'tis the Earl King with his crown and his shroud. No, my son, it is but a dark wreath of the cloud. The Earl King speaks, oh come and go with me, thou loveliest child. By many a gay sport shall thy time be beguiled. My mother keeps for thee many a fair toy, and many a fine flower shall she pluck for my boy. O father, my father, and did you not hear the Earl King whisper so low in my ear? Be still, my heart's darling, my child, be at ease. It was the wild blast that swung through the trees. Earl King, oh wait thou, go with me, thou loveliest boy. My daughter shall tend thee with care and such joy. She shall hear thee so lightly through, wet and through wild, and press thee and kiss thee, and sing to my child. O father, my father, and saw you not plain the Earl King's pale daughter glide past through the rain? Oh yes, my love treasure, I knew it full soon. It was grey willow, and danced to the moon. Earl King, oh come and go with me, no longer delay, or else, silly child, I will drag thee away. O father, now, now keep your hold. The Earl King has seized me, his grasp is so cold. So trembled the father, he spurred through the wild, clasping close to his bosom his shuddering child. He reaches his dwelling in doubt and in dread, but clasped to his bosom the infant was dead. And that's the one that I actually remember. And not the first one, the second one is the one that I was read when I was a child, so I do actually remember that one. It was also something that was very ingrained in some areas of Ireland's fairy belief that young boys would be dressed as girls to protect them, because girls were thought to be less likely taken than the boys, which is just in the I would say the Irish part, because it's not so much over here. Over here, it does not matter whether girl or boy or whatever. If you were going to be taken, you were going to be taken, and that was that. And you couldn't really stop it, you know. Especially if you're looking at something like the Elf King coming to take you. If the Elf King comes to take you, you can't stop that. It's impossible. Anyway, guys, that's the E's for now. And there will be more later on from the A, B, and the C, but there won't exactly be fairies, but there will be like the colours associated with fairies, what they like, what they don't like, how you can become accustomed to, let's say, etiquette for the fairies and stuff, but that'll be much later on. They're the fairy beings in E. Thank you for listening, and many blessings.
Wisteria, energy, twister.